Welcome back to the channel. Yes sir, I got Chef Alex in the back of the boat throwing that Chapo, Berkeley Chapo. It's a plopper style bait. You can hear that thing just plopping away. That thing will get murdered by the end of today. This time last year, the man caught a PB on that exact bait, 5.66, and I think it was just right over there behind him as we speak. We're going to check that spot multiple times today, but join us as we fish Lake X. If you follow my channel, you can easily find out what lake this is. It is I consider it to be a trophy lake here in Washington State. So here we go, we're gonna get underway. We're throwing big baits, mostly top waters. In the next 30 days, the top water bite should pretty much cease to exist in the PNW up here. But let's see what we can do. Water temp has cooled down a few degrees. It is 64.18 right now. Last weekend I think it was 67 to 68, maybe 66 to 67. So it's dropped a few degrees. Really shakes up the fish. That will make the bass, the predatorial fish, very active, willing to chase something down. We are here at the 11 o'clock hour, which to me is known as the big fish hour. Let's see what happens. That guy's got a fish over there. Oh, he just lost it. He lost it right at the boat. I should ask him, hey, what happened? I saw that. Throwing a swim jig right now. I got it on braid. Throwing it around this thick grass. Seeing if anything's in here. If not, then I can at least cross it off my list and I don't have to spend any more time on it today. But it is good to at least go through an area and be able to at least mark it off your list of stuff to fish. Process of elimination. There goes a ducky duck. Almost thought it was a cormorant for a moment, which is a fish-eating bird. Bass fisherman's nemesis. Yeah, Alex got the first blood. Little dinker on a spinnerbait. Smoked it. It's probably kind of chilly fish. Sniff test. He got that stank on his finger. I know he's gonna be sniffing that finger all throughout the day if that's the last fish he gets. Oh yeah, good job. Got a little wind kicked up. I think I just got confirmation that Basset with Brando is going to be coming and with this bass boat here to the Lake X. He is the new generation of young gun fishing. He is a live scoper, but he is a pretty damn good live scoper. It's like a new way, if you got it like that, it's like a new way of fishing. I got it, I just hadn't hooked it up. That'll be coming at a later date. I'm still old school as far as my angling ways, but it is definitely a tool that can be utilized in certain ways. It is very controversial. It's been banned in a couple of circuits, but BASS has yet to do it. That's the only circuit I really care for. In my opinion, that's best of the best. But my opinion doesn't mean nothing. There's some stingy fish. Come on, we should get blasted right between these two. And go home. Yeah, first fish of the day. I was not recording, unfortunately, but it smashed the you-know-what out of a big red buzzer right along a massive laydown. Looks to be a 4-pounder, but yeah, looks are deceiving here. It's a post spawner. Big old gouge on the side of his face, definitely from an eagle popping it. I weighed it, 3.52 pounds. I'm gonna go ahead and release her. She gone. That's definitely a late fish for the spawn, but the weather's been all weird this year, so therefore that's gonna make the fishing just as weird. Keep it weird. Yeah, Chef Alex got the lunch taken care of. It's a damn good lunch too. We got some Chicago dogs, just some dogs on steroids. We got a bunch of good stuff to put on her. Catch back up to me here shortly. Got that brat dressed up. It's looking proper. Yeah. Can't beat that on a fall day at Lake X. Lunchtime. Here we go, fish number 2 for me. Looks to be maybe a 2-pounder. I think it's just shy of a 2-pounder. Nonetheless, still a fun fish to catch on the big red buzzer. Come off of that 45-degree laydown right there. We're here at Lake X. It's getting to be late noon. The bite should increase. As far as that, it's been tough. gonna go ahead and release that. Oh yeah, I just sprayed water right in my face. Awesome. It's been a tough bite. It's been more than just a grind. I don't know if it's the moon phase, moon position, or just as far as it being bright and sunny. 70 degrees, a warm 70 degrees could push the fish back out towards the deeper water, back to their summertime haunts. But who really knows? We're gonna keep grinding at it. I think I'm gonna set up to start recording here shortly. Anyways, for now, you guys will check back with me here shortly. Yeah, fish number 3 on the big red buzzer. This one weighs 3.54, even bigger than the last one. Well, the first one I caught on it. This is fish number 3 on the big red buzzer. Definitely smoked that bait. I sure wish I was filming. I'm definitely gonna start filming right meow. So, I had to, off camera, I went to make a cast with my last red buzzer and casted the damn thing off. And moments prior to that even happening, I looked at the knot and was like, oh, it's good. It's on 65-pound braid. I go to make a cast and cast it off right off into the water, into the sunset. I will no longer have that buzzbait. But yeah, that was a finely tuned buzzbait. This one needs to be have some fish rip on it and should tune it up just fine. Stay tuned. As you can see, I hadn't been filming all that much of us fishing just because the bites have been far and few between. They just recently started to look like they're going to start biting. I don't know what it is. Normally they're biting this time of the year. And the big red buzzer is basically the only thing I can find for them to continuously bite. So I started filming. See if I can't get one on film for you guys. It's 4:11. We are quickly approaching the big fish hour of the day. Normally in early fall, anywhere from 4 o'clock to really 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock at the latest, it should be the biggest fish of the day. Should have a shot at the biggest fish of the day during that time frame, especially at Lake X. Late noon. As it gets colder, that late noon time frame gets a little bit sooner and sooner in the day as the hours of daylight go away. Right now, currently, we have 12 hours of daylight up here in Washington State. But that late afternoon is really the best time for fall, especially if you're trophy fishing or you're lunker hunting, whatever it may be. I'm doing both of those right now. It's not working out. Yeah, there's one for you guys on camera too. I looked away. Chef Alex probably got to see that fish chomp that. Looks like a healthy female. She got the trailer hook. That is fish number 4. There we go. That fish was never going to come off, but it'd probably pop off if I let it sit in the water. All right, there we go. Fish number 4. We're almost there. It's been a struggle, a constant battle all day long, but it is what it is. Here we are, just got number 4. Just had to clean the balls from some grass caught up and balled up on it. My new buzzer, straight out of package, is gonna get tuned up properly. And it's fun. Why, yes it is. The activity level of the fish right now don't really go all together right now. I don't know why. It's just one of those times that the fish want to be all finicky. And from past experience, normally if you throw a big topwater, sometimes they'll key in on that, and that's normally how you can catch some fish when it seems like all other lures will fail. Look at it. But there's been even days that they don't want the big red. Those are even more brutal. I'm sure they want other stuff. I just don't want to cycle through a bunch of freaking tackle boxes to figure out what they want. I kind of fish off of past experience with an open mind. Seems to do all right for me. That stump right there, about middle to the left of your screen, that normally holds a giant fish on it. Oh, look at that. And nothing. You guys will catch back up to me here shortly. But like I was saying earlier, normally I figured out that some of these finicky days that you can get away with fishing a big topwater, and if you fully commit to it, eventually you're going to run into some fish with it. And unlike other lures, but there are some lures you could still just rely on 100%, and eventually you're going to catch some fish on it. But yes, that goes to show you that I really don't fish too many worm type baits. I fish a lot of moving baits. I'm a power fisherman. I learned most of my fishing styles from watching Mr. Kevin Van Dam, which is like the Michael Jordan of bass fishing. He just recently retired. But you rarely see that man pick up a worm rod and fish a worm. Usually it's gonna be baits. And that's not to say I won't fish worms. I just like moving baits. If I could find out a certain way of catching them, well, yeah, even better. Doesn't happen all the time. Sometimes they don't want nothing to do with this freaking big red. I did have an absolute giant come up and try to kiss this thing when I pulled it out of the water. I got a real slight glimpse of the side of the fish, and it looked to be a very worthy fish. I hear somebody screaming. Hopefully they caught a giant fish. Or hopefully it's not a woman getting mugged. Or a dude getting mugged. Hopefully a dude doesn't sound like that, but yeah. If this happens to you on your buzzbait, it definitely quiets and changes the pitch of the bait. So how I combat that is to trim the skirt up with a pair of scissors. Yep, just like that, 2 times in a row. I may have to trim this up. This is brand new out of the package. I did not give it the old skirt trim. I think it's wrapped up again. Yep. We're gonna go ahead and give this thing a haircut. The easiest way I figured out how to do this is to try to drape it all to one side. And you're gonna want to cut at least a 1/2 inch of that stuff off. And maybe even cut it at a little point. Be sure not to get yourself. That should be good. Let's see if that works. If it doesn't, you can always trim more off. Just don't trim too much off or it makes your bait look stupid. Look at that. I feel like I may have got sunburn on my lips today. Gonna go over here and fish the shaded side of the lake. Hopefully Mr. Chef Alex can get on the board with the fish. Well, he's caught a fish, but he would like to catch more. Who wouldn't? I think that's what he come here for. Normally in the fall time, you got fish shallow, just like you do in the springtime. Those two seasons are very similar, as well as summer and winter being close cousins. It is time to catch a giant right now and then go home. I'm gonna take my sunglasses off. .77. Great fish nonetheless. .77 on the big red buzzer. Time to release it. Smashed it. That was fish number 5, which it took, it's been pretty stingy. Took all day to catch those 5 fish. Well, I say all day. Man, that last fish looked like it was close to 3 pounds. We may bump right there. I barely clipped it with the motor. I just seen some bait right there flicking. You see that movement to the right of my buzzbait, center screen. You can see the rings. Let's see what happens. That was so cool. Oh, he headbutted it. That was that fish. I'm pretty sure that was the fish that made those ripples right there. Which is wild. He probably just trying to smoke something right there and see my buzzbait, and I was like, oh, look at this little bird. I ain't gonna get brain damage doing that, dude. That's fish number 6. The bite is definitely heating up and may be making up for earlier, but I don't know. That was pretty brutal earlier. About made me want to leave, but that's the last thing I want to do right now. We're gonna let this fish go. Hit the like button, because it's been literally like 3 fish in, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes. Maybe a little bit more than that. I feel a big bite could happen. Definitely pays to pay attention to your surroundings. If I hadn't been looking around, I would have never seen that ripple that fish seemed to have made. Funny thing is, I can tell when there's something on one of the balls or the bottom of your blade, or if there's any kind of debris that's trying to hitchhike for free. I fished it so long and so many days in a row that I could feel if there's like just a little bit of grass on there. You'd be surprised what a little blade of grass feels on your lure compared to not being there. But it definitely makes a world of difference being able to feel that. Oh, I see an opening. Look at that. That's like a perfect cast. And nothing. Right here we have a bunch of laydowns. Should be good. How about hook that laydown? Go sleep. I see Brandon, Bassett with Brandon off in the distance in the big red boat. A spotlight and son of a gun. Chef Alex is spinnerbait just got wrecked over there, but the fish was a hit and run. Alex has insurance on the spinnerbait as well, and it still was elusive. Check back here shortly. Yeah, Chef Alex got fish number 3. First actual keeper. It's been a weird day fishing. It's been a grind, almost exhausting. Most of the time when we push through days like this, we're rewarded at the end of the day. Yes. Yep, it's straightened out. Tried to straighten out that whole spinnerbait. That's the whole reason why those things are weak at the R bend. The more times you, that's why they're only good for about 10 quality fish. But in my eyes, that's well worth it. You pay $8 to $10 for one of those, and you catch 10 quality fish plus more. Well worth that. Memories are priceless. Here we go. Alrighty, here we go. We're gonna end this trip right here, right now. We've got a beautiful sunset upon us. I ended up with 6 fish. So yeah, that is about the end of the day. 6 fish, 3 for Chef Alex. I don't know, I guess 6 and 3 are better than 0 and 0. Anyway, should be better. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button. Comment if you want to. If you're not subscribed, think about subscribing. Again, thanks for watching. Swimbait79 out.